Hi, I'm Gwen. I'm an act. I'm going to read the next story in the back of the book of the AA Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and the next story is titled "Our Southern Friend." And I looked up a little bit of a bio on the our Southern friend, and I'll just start off with that. And here we go. Let me get this here. Away. Okay. Okay. Our Southern friend, the story of Fritz M. John H. F. Fritz M. has been described as a blue blood from Maryland. Alcoholism may have run into his mother's side of the family. Fritz was reportedly quite handsome with chiseled features. He had the quiet, easy charm of the landed gentry. Indeed, he was quite the Southern gentleman. He was Bill's second or third success at 12th stepping after he returned from Akron in 1935. Fritz was introduced to alcohol while at college. Fritz M. writes about this. I gulped it down and choked. I didn't like it, but I would not say so. A mellow glow stole over me. This wasn't so bad after all. Sure, I'd have another. The glow increased. Other boys came in. My tongue loosened. Everyone laughed loudly. I was witty. I had no inferiorities. Why, I wasn't even ashamed of my skinny legs. This was the real thing. A haze filled the room. The electric light began to move. Then two bulbs appeared. The faces of the other boys grew dim. How sick I felt. I staggered to the bathroom. Shouldn't have drunk so much or so fast. But I knew how to handle it now. I'd drink like a gentleman after this. And so I met John Barleycorn, the grand fellow who at my call made me a hail fellow well met, who gave me such a fine voice as we sang Hail, hail, the gang's all here, and sweet Adeline, who gave me freedom from fear and feelings of inferiority. Good old John, he was my pal, all right. He attempted to enlist in World War I, but couldn't not pass the physical. This added to his sense of inferiority. He had a good job with a large corporation until the Great Depression. Later, he worked at various jobs, traveling salesman, teacher, and farmer, but he couldn't stop drinking. He was drunk when his mother-in-law died, when his own mother died, when his child was born. His wife had heard of Towns Hospital in New York and urged him to go there. Finally, he agreed. I am in the hospital for alcoholics. I'm an alcoholic. The insane asylum lies ahead. Could I have myself locked up at home? One more foolish idea. I might go out west on a ranch where I couldn't get anything to drink. I might do that. Another foolish idea. I wish I were dead, as I often wished before. I am too yellow to kill myself. Another patient told him about a group of men who were worse than he was, but who didn't drink anymore. This patient had tried the program but had slipped. He knew it was because he hadn't been honest. Fritz picks up the story himself. Then he asks me if I believe in a power greater than myself, whether I call that power God, Allah, Confucius, prime cause, divine mind, or any other name. I told him that I believe in electricity and other forces of nature. But as for God, a God, if there is one, he's never done anything for me. Then he asked me if I'm willing to right all the wrongs I have ever done to anyone, no matter how wrong I thought the others were. Am I willing to be honest with myself about myself and tell someone about myself? Am I willing to think of other people, of their needs instead of myself in order to get rid of the drink problem? I'll do anything, I reply. Then all your troubles are over, says the man and leaves the room. The man is in bad mental shape, certainly. I pick up a book and try to read, but I cannot concentrate. I get in bed and turn out the light, but I cannot sleep. Suddenly, a thought comes. Can all the worthwhile people I have known be wrong about God? Then I find myself thinking about myself and a few things that I had wanted to forget. I begin to see I am not the person I had thought myself, that I had judged myself by comparing myself to others and always to my own advantage. It is a shock. Then comes a thought that is like a voice. Who are you to say there is no God? It rings in my head. I can't get rid of it. I get out of bed and go to the man's room. He is reading. I must ask you a question, I say to the man. How does prayer fit into this thing? Well, he answers, you've probably tried praying like I have. When you've been in a jam, you've said, God, please do this or that. And if it turns out your way, that was the last of it. And if it didn't, you've said, there isn't any God, or he doesn't do anything for me. Is that right? Yes, I reply. That isn't the way, he continued. The thing I do is say, God, here I am, and here are all my troubles. I've made a mess of things and can't do anything about it. You take me and all my troubles and do anything you want with me. Does that answer your question? Yes, it does, I answer. I return to bed. It doesn't make sense. Suddenly, I feel a wave of utter hopelessness sweep over me. I'm in the bottom of hell, and there a tremendous hope is born. It might be true. I tumble out of bed onto my knees. I know not what I say, but slowly a great peace comes to me. I feel lifted up. I believe in God. I crawl back into bed and sleep like a child. Some men and women come to visit my friend of the night before. He invites me to meet them. They are a joyous crowd. I have never seen people that joyous before. We talk. I tell them of the peace and that I believe in God. I think of my wife. I must write her. One girl suggests that I phone her. What a wonderful idea. My wife hears my voice and she knows that I have found the answer to life. She comes to New York. I get out of the hospital and we visit some of these newfound friends. In his story, Our Southern Friend, which appeared in all four editions of Alcoholics Anonymous, Fritz writes this about his last temptation to drink. Things are not going so well at home. I'm learning that I cannot have my own way as I used to. I blame my wife and children. Anger possesses me. Anger such as I have never felt before. I will not stand for it. Nothing is right. Finances are in bad shape. I must find a way to make some money. The family seems to think of nothing but spending. People annoy me. I'll get drunk. It's a cold-blooded idea. It is premeditated. I'll fix up a little apartment over the garage with books and drinking water. I'm going to town to get some liquor and food. I shall not drink until I get back to the apartment. Then I shall lock myself in and read, and as I read, I shall take little drinks at long intervals. I shall get myself mellow and stay that way. I call my wife into a room where we can talk privately. I tell her quietly what I intend to do. She says nothing. She does not get excited. She maintains a perfect calm. When I'm through speaking, the whole idea has become absurd. Not a trace of fear is in me. I laugh at the insanity of it. We talk of other things. Strength has come from weakness. I cannot see the cause of this temptation now, but I am to learn later that it began with my desire for material success becoming greater than my interest in the welfare of my fellow man. I learned more of that foundation stone of character, which is honesty. I learned that when we act upon the highest conception of honesty that is given us, our sense of honesty becomes more accurate. I learned that honesty is truth, and that truth shall make us free. In World War II, Fitz was at last able to join the army, where he was found to be suffering from cancer. He died October 4th, 1943, 8 years after he stopped drinking. Fitz is buried on the grounds of the Christ Episcopal Church in Owensville, Maryland, where his father had once been a pastor. The full story of our Southern friend can be found in Alcoholics Anonymous, 4th edition, page 208 to 218. And here he is. Fitz Mayo. Not Fritz, but Fitz. That's a pretty beautiful story. I can't wait to meet him. Thanks for listening.